Should be cool. Hey, the file shut up right away. Cool. So yeah, once more in Darksiders. Even and it is Black Friday. I'm not going this on Saturday, so it is the day after Thanksgiving because I felt like it at the time. On that day. And I do some things I can talk about. One thing, so I can only mention, but
to draw power to this chamber.
Thing I can only mention. Might as well just address that immediately. I did get, and this is literally all I can say according to the NDA. I did get a key for MechWarrior 5 Mercenary. Any impression stuff I cannot say until the embargo lifts, which hopefully I'll just have the review done by then. We'll see. I need to take some time out to do this. Other things I got here that good. I will get into the Portal stuff. The new Threadripper CPUs that are out, and the announced one. Some Black Friday stuff I want to talk about. I just realized, there is 2 studio acquisitions, and then a thing I also just wrote up about concerning Intel. That on the one hand, I didn't feel I could actually label it a rumor, but in some ways it might technically be a rumor? I don't really know. Supposedly, the report is... Oh, yeah. I don't remember if I can just shoot it or not with the gun. So for a while, Intel's been having CPU shortage problems. That is well known. Okay, let me... Nope. You need it. I'm just a little unsure if I'm going to be able to make that jump. Though. I mean, I do see that, but I feel like that's more just visual. Although, hang on. No. Probably overthinking. Yeah, so Intel has been facing shortages for a while. It's a combination of just high demand, at least that's what they will always say at Intel, but also a theory that it's seen, and it makes a lot of sense, it really does, is that Intel has tried for a long time to maintain a tick-tock schedule. What that means is on the tick, well, actually I don't remember the exact tab to it, but basically, sorry, I'm just distracted by this, but basically they would do because they do their own manufacturing parts, they would manufacture a part, and then they would, how do I want to be? What am I? I think I am overthinking. Okay, yeah. So they do like a new process node, a refinement of that node, then new process node, new refinement, and also they would sometimes do like a new architecture in there as well. So you'd see like Sandy Bridge, then Ivy Bridge, Haswell, Broadwell. Oh, that was wrong. Oh, actually, no. There we go. They would do things like that, changing the node, refining it, and stuff like that. Well, the theory that I'd seen a while ago, and I think I did talk about it at least once, is that Intel had expected that, I think there's enemies past this, so I'm going to wait a little bit, had expected to have their 10 nanometer process functional sooner, which means that they could transition off of 14 nanometer, so the pressure on 14 nanometer would decrease because of that. But 10 nanometer has been so delayed, and they didn't or couldn't ramp up 14 nanometer capability enough that the demand has really caused a shortage for it. Yeah, there are. Now, what's being reported by Pulse, a Korean news reporting place, is that Intel is actually turning to Samsung to do some production. Which is rather unexpected. And it's not like... Because apparently Intel has done things like turn to other companies for manufacturing some things. Like, I imagine the chipset would be a good example. I think that's even one that I'd seen named previously. That so they would... I'm just trying to pay attention to this puzzle. So they would, like have the chipset made by Samsung or TSMC somewhere, and then just use that. But I don't recall when that was discussed. Now, true, I haven't heard this talked about too much. Ever having a CPU manufactured by anyone besides Intel. So the fact that that's what's being reported is very interesting. Because that's what said that desktop processors, Samsung might be doing that, or Intel, and that's significant if true. It may turn out that something was lost in translation, maybe. Like maybe it's not like the i7s or i9s. Maybe it's something like that where it's just, well, it's not certain process, but it's some, because there's some that Intel maybe like, yes, we can let Samsung do this because Intel would have high quality samples for their stuff. And rightly so. That they have high quality samples. There's no reason they should. Only reason they should, really. Oh, already killed him. So yeah, we'll just have to see what comes of that. And also because it will be Samsung, if this is true, if Samsung is producing them, even if Intel gives Samsung access to the proper technology to replicate those processes, the fact that it's a different foundry could still result in like different performance, a variation between this stuff, between Intel and Samsung and stuff, which I mentioned in there. So yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see what comes of it. I was hitting the button, he just didn't dodge in time. Okay, good. Got him. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Oh, and one thing that just entered my mind that could make it even more interesting is like Intel is struggling to get 10 nanometer, and they do intend to do a 7 nanometer process as well afterwards. That's not where we are right now. I just want to... There. is I wonder if Intel might also manage to get from the... Because Samsung has a 7nm EUV even setup that's at least doing testing. I think they actually have some of the stuff in the making. Obviously, they wouldn't be taking orders yet. I don't think they're to that point, but yeah, it's that. Where do I see? Okay, replace the gun. I'm good with that. Yep. I wonder if there might also be some trading there. Okay. Some trading of information there. So if I do that. Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see what comes of it. There. But I won't. Ooh, that's right. Yep, perfect. Right, even. There. That going again. There. Alright, yeah, so let's move on. Yeah, 2 studio acquisitions to talk about. One is, I can never remember. Yeah, there's nothing. One is Beat Studios, the makers of a Beat Saber, which is a fun game, by the way. They have been purchased by Oculus Studios, so they will now be owned by Facebook. It sounded like, though, it's not necessarily like a Facebook / Oculus is going to control. Is going to control it. It's the whole oh, there we go. But maybe more the whole like sharing resources kind of thing. It may not be quite so bad. I think I just need to fight this guy. Edition, and then another that I just wrote today. Apparently, it was announced yesterday, though, but I hadn't seen it. Where did my camera go? Codemasters has acquired Slightly Mad Studios, which you may know. Ah, damn, I missed. Can do it again. For the Project Cars games, that's their IP. So Codemasters, makers of the F1 series, Dirt series, Dirt Rally. Oh wait. Oh, it finally activated it anyway. Yeah, Grid, which even though I didn't care for the newest one, I know there are people that do, and it's, yeah, all gonna be under Codemasters now, so that's definitely, interesting, potentially very good news. Just have to see what, how that goes. There. What else? Oh yeah, the Black Friday stuff. So yeah, I actually did buy some stuff, but mainly it was just like a few small things. But I did order a new headset, new wireless headset, which I won't use for these recordings. Like this, I'll still use the nice setup, but there is something that I do that does call that having a wireless headset is very nice for. And that is what I will try to use that for. Yeah, I need to replace my aging Corsair Vengeance 2100 wireless headset, which has been good. It had some issues. I think the battery's trying to go some, but it's also mainly that the leather or leatherette wrap for the headband is very badly deteriorating and such, so I want to replace it. And try and find a headset that has a fabric headband cover has not been necessarily that easy, because, you know, I'd like to get a good one. Like, I don't really mind the idea of... Come on, let me move, let me get away. I never liked these guys. They're just very powerful. But I need to get away from them now. Yeah, I don't really care. But yeah, I found what I think should be good, so... it'll in theory be here sometime next week, maybe in a week. I don't have time, so so my free shipping is, you know, an actual week away. Oh. But I'm okay with, you know, that. I don't need Prime. Certainly don't need the cost of Prime every year. No, stop, target the, don't you hate it when a game decides that, oh, you mean to target this other one that's further away, and you can't do anything? Ah, son of a bitch, another one of those. They're still less annoying than these. I don't actually remember what their names are. All of the enemies have a name. I just don't remember what they are. Fine. Ow. Alright. Might as well mention though what I ordered. And it is weird seeing some reviews. It sounds like some people did get just bad units, so hopefully I'll be lucky. A Steel Series Octus 7. Just looking at various things, it definitely has a fabric headband. Actually uses a ski goggle style is what they describe it. So instead of it being a solid band that your head that rests on your head, it is a strap, Velcro strap that you adjust on your head. So yeah, really interesting to see how it is. Oh, I had mentioned, I don't think last week, it would have been 2 weeks ago, something that I wanted to do, but then I never said the follow-up on that, and there was a little bit. So, Shadow of the Tomb Raider got an update that added the Fidelity FX, so the contrast adaptive sharpening to it. And I wanted to try looking at that, you see how large impact it has. Like, could you viably really turn down the resolution scale and use that to get better performance without sacrificing visuals too much? Thing is, I only have Shadow of the Tomb Raider installed on the test system, which is connected to a television, a 32-inch television that I sit feet away from. I couldn't spot the difference between it being on and off, and I don't know if that's, like, I don't want to say that that's the fault of the sharpening, that's just not significant enough. That wouldn't be fair to do. It might just be a, no, for how I'm trying to view it, it's just, it's hard to see the impact. Now also, Hitman 2 has gotten this as well, which I would still like to do some investigation, some looking, but I don't want to do it on the test system, I think. It looks like that's, for performance it's fine, but for testing performance it's fine, but for image quality stuff, it looks like it's not going to be so good. Which is fine, that's just, you know, how things are. Alright, so... that. Maybe no. Oh wait, no. This may be fine. Just need to figure out how to get down there. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust that, but that's fine. I'll be able to get to it. There. Yeah, I can just do it from this side. And pop. So yeah, I just... Hopefully I'll be able to do some looking into the cast stuff, especially since the game also, at least Shadow of the Tomb Raider also has DLSS as an option, so I was hoping to be able to do some comparisons, but couldn't really. I did find, though, one thing, just with the resolution scale. Let him talk.
Horseman, I never imagined that you would be my salvation. Hurry now, before Straga learns of your coming.
When I found you, you said the seventh seal was not broken. I've heard those words before. Abaddon said the same, right before he died.
I'm just gonna let this. Okay. I think I talked about in previous dungeons how there's some, water temple stuff. This is also, they have a number that might not be fully water temple, but, the whole reshaping thing. So we definitely got that in here, and I'm not complaining. I like this. But yeah, one thing though I did do, because the one nice thing about Fidelity FX is it doesn't care about the GPU. So I was just doing the testing with the 2060 installed.
The beams. Redirect the beams.
No, I don't think that's actually what I... Anyway. I was able to turn on the ray tracing and turn down... It took, Unfortunately, it's not numbered. But I was able to get to... If I turned it down to 60-70% on the resolution scale in that range, and didn't look too horrible. You could tell that it was down, but that got it to the point of basically the ray tracing being free. Which also tells you how big an impact the ray tracing has. Yeah. But as I said, I would like to do more with that in the future. It's just the setup wasn't ideal yet. Now it is also I would like to at some point actually replay, do New Game Plus playthrough. I've talked about that before as well, I believe, in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So maybe, and that I would do on the desktop. So maybe whenever that time comes, I can reinvestigate. Oh yeah, there was one more thing about Black Friday. So, apparently one of the things that Steam has on sale is Steam Controller at 90% off, so $5. And unfortunately, it sounds like that there's some reporting that they have discontinued it. They won't no longer make anymore. Now, I know it's weird. It's a weird controller, but Valve, I wish you just made a second version of it. I mean, you did do some things right with it. And a second version that improves on that would have been good. But instead, they just apparently let it be abandoned orphan child kind of thing. I mean, you're not Google. Come on, seriously. I don't mind insulting Google saying that they do that. They do. No, not that. Ow. else point of view. Alright, nope. Yeah, no, there. I mean, at least I can shoot it this way. Oop. There. Alright, I don't know the rest of the path. I'd rather just kill the enemies before I worry about moving forward. But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, Steam controller, it is a good controller. I'm saying I don't think I could have stand to do. I did some recordings in Dead Space a while ago. I don't think I could have done any of that because Dead Space has a weird. You have to enter into an aim mode and then you can fire. Well, that was actually not too bad on the Steam controller because I put it on the right trigger, and then I what is this doing exactly? Ooh, I screwed up. I'll bet. Yep, I screwed up. I should have hit that. Okay. Okay, good. Good. So I put the aim mode was just pulling the trigger at all, but there's also a button at the base of the trigger, so when you pull it all the way, you get a click. That's where I put fire. That worked perfectly. It's also, I've talked about numerous times, how I like the... How do I get there? I think I could just fire myself at it. That... Oh. There. I have to wait for it to cycle around then. Yeah, it is... Oh, and also the forced mouse acceleration with Dead Space. By having the thing on the touchpad, they have the right touchpad, it also helped. But I will grant, in other ways, yeah, things like the DualShock that I have, it's better. It depends, but it's... I am saddened that it was like an experiment that was allowed to die. It had promise, and I wish they had... Oh, okay, no, so it is a different way to get... Well, that's fine. Okay, I wasn't sure. It would have been entirely possible that would have been... that I wouldn't have been able to jump high. So, yeah, I mean, it's a shame, but it's, you know, what you're kind of stuck with. Alright, up there. But I will continue to happily, proudly use the Steam controller whenever I feel it's the best controller for the job. Which will probably be every game where the triggers matter. I like the action on those triggers the best. Much more comfortable in my opinion than the DualShock that I got. towards the end. There. Nope. Yeah, now this is something pretty neat. You shoot through it. I probably shouldn't be charging this up, but whatever. Oh wait, no. Alright, I'm back. I might be initiating a fight if I step forward, but I first want that, and then that. Yep, definitely initiating a fight. Then lastly, what I have is Threadripper stuff. That's good, immediately. Everybody dies. Wow, he went down fast. Which is a problem, because that may mean I'm wasting this. Got that. And dealt with. Alright. Yeah, so we got the 24 core and 32 core out now. And it seems like, from what I've seen, well, yeah, the 32 core at $2,000, it's expensive, but it also is quite powerful. Like, you know, it's not an inappropriate price for it. Oh, and one thing, though, that I saw, apparently, initially it had been that both AMD and Intel, because Intel also released their new 10 series HDD processors at the same time. Apparently, it had been that both embargoes were up at the same time, but Intel then shifted theirs forward by a few hours. Which would mean then that somebody could put out, if they had reviews ready for both, could put out the Intel one first. Which is kind of an underhanded tactic. It's like the reason that review embargoes exist, for one of the reasons, is so that, like Overclockers Club for an example, we would have just as much ability to get something out at the embargo date, at the earliest possible time, as, say, a place like an Antec, which is a much larger, or Tom's Hardware, both of which much larger entities. So they would have, crap. It's like they have more people, so the idea of them being able to review something very quickly, it's, or just having more people, it's like, okay, you do this. They're much larger, they get more traffic than we do as well. That's part of the reason why I'm saying this so poorly. Let me start over. One of the reasons embargoes exist is so that larger entities that can get through reviews and such quicker are not able to sort of abuse that capability, or those that don't spend as much time, because there are also places that, it's like reviewing a piece of hardware, reviewing a game, that would be perfectly willing to spend, like, say, only, a few hours with it, and then report a result, which, isn't necessarily appropriate, whereas other places, maybe like, no, we're going to spend, like, 20 hours with something before we put it out. With a review embargo, it makes it where, oh, that one's dead. it makes it so that everybody has a shot of it getting out at that time. One place can't take advantage of their either ability to go quickly or willingness to go quick. Okay, so I do kind of remember this puzzle. That. I don't remember trick 2. Do know I'm gonna want to have the beam. Here, but that doesn't help. Drat. Okay. Well, hang on. There. So use it to get started. Oh. Yeah, so I then need to try to remember what exactly am I talking about? Where am I trying to get to with it? So that isn't the one I want. Oh, it's moving, so I'm not allowed. What? I thought it was... Alright, I think I'll be able to do this. Yeah. Good. Good. Oh, it won't let me. Okay. Actually... Not what I meant to do. There. Oh, wait, what am I... I want to get this thing off, but I can't. Where it is. There we go. Actually, no, that's fine there. Okay. I should... No, I just... There we go. There. This, I think, will do what I want to have done. Yeah, so Intel apparently decided, we're going to move up the embargo date so places can get it out soon. And in theory then, it's not doing what I want. Crap. I thought it was going to lift one of them up, but apparently I was wrong. Alright, I need to get this here. Oh, wait. Hang on. Yeah, I'm Overthinking. Definitely overthinking. Alright, I was hoping it would help me. It didn't. I need to do it this way. Alright. So hold that one down. I think? Yes. I go. Yeah, that is not. Well, no, this still works. Still, it's just there's another step to it. But at least some places, like in Antec, at least, they did say that, yeah, we're gonna hold off on putting out the Intel 10980 review until the AMD embargo, because that way they could have data from both, for both processors in there. Which also just kind of tells you how bad an idea it was that Intel had, because it's like, there's going to be places, though, that you want to use the data for the AMD CPUs in there, so you can't just, move it up with... So it would be some places like an Antec that would say, no, we'll just wait. Alright, Nope. Nope. Hang on. That's right. It's all. For some reason, I completely forgot. There we go. So, this and that. Now, that. So it goes there, and I get pulled up behind it. Anyway, I am so rambling. But yeah, so it gets... So it didn't really work the way Intel may have wanted it to. Yeah, I want to pop that. But, that's what happened, and yeah, the AMD CPUs apparently, though being more expensive because Intel has reduced pricing, which is good, can, depending on the load, on the work you're doing, the AMD CPUs can destroy the Intel one. But it is also, it costs more, and it's, unfortunately, when you start getting into creator type stuff, you can really find that it is dependent on, the performance is dependent on a number of factors. It is not as simple as, oh, have more threads, or oh, have higher clock speed. It can even be a lot more complicated than that. Some things will want to use AVX acceleration, which AVX actually Intel developed. It's like for AVX 512 currently, you're basically your option is really just Intel, because I think it is that they have an actual 512 unit on there. AMD, they'll just use the 256 module it has, and so it runs at half speed. That's at least how Zen 1 and Zen Plus handle it. Although, was that for 512 or was that for 256? I don't even remember now. Oh, yeah, I remember how this goes. needs to break the things open. Which that will not accomplish, but... Come on. Ow. Oh, that hurt a lot. I feel I'm gonna die. I can't... Yeah, that's to no effect. There you go. Come on. Yeah, unfortunately I can't. Quick. Dude, seriously. There we go. That's also nearly got me dead. Because dodging is kind of crappy in this game. And now I have to wait. I didn't think that would actually achieve anything. But no, I'm just... Can I just restart from checkpoint now? It's like, stand in front of him and he just stares at me. Damn it! He did break it at least, but he does track you, which kinda is a problem. It's like, how do you... I'm not sure it hits that. I'm over. Thank you for finally turning. Okay, I hit. No, just kill me. I hit shift. I did. It decided, nah, you're not dodging. But also, holy shit. That was one hit and he almost killed me. I don't like this fight. I mean, it would be different if he locked on and let him attack a little bit faster then. But no, it's a, I'm just gonna, oh, damn. Okay. His behavior just completely changed. He attacked much sooner. Makes no sense. Now we have to wait. There we go. But something else, though, with the Threadripper stuff. Oh yeah, and how I was talking about how, yeah, there's, depending what you're doing, and it gets even worse for some things like Adobe products, like Premiere, because it uses so many plugins that are made by other people. So you really can't, son of a bitch. Actually, so you really can't trust, like one plugin may want higher clock speed, another may want more thread count. It's completely yeah, this is kind of bullshit. But yeah, so it's really a mess for some of Adobe products. So you really do need to research and figure out, okay, what am I going to use in my process, and then what is it that I need to get the best out of it. But also something, and I'm guessing how it worked was, okay, see now that's what I should be doing. It's a confusing fact that he does have such short, well, no, it's not going that way. If I can get him, like, down here. I mean, he's in the right spot, probably the one behind me. Sort of. Anyhow, come on. But I'm guessing how it worked was they just had also in the press deck the review kit for the Threadripper CPUs that news on a 64-core 128-thread Threadripper is coming, the 3990X, which in theory means that we could have a 48-core 3980X, but there's no official word on that. But it still is very interesting that we will have a 64-core 128-thread HDD processor, because that is definitely something you'd be expecting you need to get a server for if you want that many threads. And something, yeah, if it's Intel, that it has to have multiple CPUs on it. Son of a bitch! That is bullshit. That really is bullshit. And there's nothing I can do either. It's not like I have a health pistol I can if I can survive, if I can keep him from killing me when he does the runaround thing. Sorry, not the runaround, this thing. Then I may have a chance. Alright. There we go. Oh. Yeah, now I can't afford any of the new Threadrippers, but it's also, I'm perfectly happy with the 1950X. And for what I do, more wouldn't necessarily be better. Like, I couldn't justify having more threads. More clock speed, yes, but then that's a, okay, get a 3950X and go with that. Just, no, okay. And it does definitely seem like the 3950X would be better than the 1950X with some of the stuff. Alright. There. Okay. So it would be there. And yeah, I think I've certainly talked enough. I also can't think of anything more to mention. How long have I been going? About an hour, so I can stop soon. What are the dates? It's weird to think how close we are to something. Don't give me that. I hate Google Calendar falling to, oh, let me show you the agenda view. It's like, no, 1 month. Okay. So it is in less than a week that Darksiders Genesis comes out. I've put in a request for a view key. I've not heard anything back yet. And I don't know what will happen with that. It's possible nothing will. It's possible I won't get a key, which that's their prerogative. That's fine. There. Weird. How do I get? How do I get? Right. Well, that's... I don't remember. Oh well. Probably figure it out eventually. So I just got an email. I forgot to mute my mic. It's kind of funny. War was also looking at his wrist at about the same time I was. Alright, so yeah, the idea is need to use the reflectors. Get this out of the way. Okay, so I would need to weight that one down. The question is, can I get a view? Okay, yes I can. Good. Because then that, push that through. I still have no idea about that one chest. Oh well. Okay, good. Yeah. What the hell? There's another chest over there. Quite remember what it is. just need to deal with what's here. Okay, so now I will be able to get over. Get there. I think I do that first. This one. Okay. So what I need is to hit that, then that, and that. I think I want to be on that platform. Do it, so I just need to get over there. Well, that's annoying. Shit! I screwed up. I hate that the platform's dropping away like that. Alright, this one here. Oh boy. Fine. Screwed that up. Oh, no it didn't. I just realized I think I screwed up my timing. This is shit. There. So I need to somehow... Oh, wait. Will that work? That might work. Thanks. There we go. I should have underthought it. Oh, I'm going to fight guys here. Alright. Go to that. Yeah, so I don't really... Yeah, I mean, it's just once I get this done, I'll be done with the video. Do I have enemies to fight? I might, I don't know. Well, it seems like they're being nice. I don't really know what all is coming there. Looks like I mentioned Darksiders Genesis coming out. Hopefully I'll get to review it. Don't know. do is you want to break that so you can get that. Don't remember what thing is for doing that, though. I think... No. Yeah, you can be quiet. Okay, there's that. Okay, and it's not on fire already, so that's good. Nope, it is on. Well, still might. There we go. Yes. Okay, now let's just wait. And I'll just do that down. So it aligns so that the beam will go through, and then I will save and stop. So next week I'll probably have me fighting, finishing this off and fighting Straga. And I'm trying to remember.
The universe.
Okay, no, he made
is sick, horseman. The Charred Council refuses to admit it, but those of us who look, we see. We had to do something. An open attack on the Dark Kingdom would violate the treaty. What you're proposing is madness.
Azrael, evil darkens every corner of creation. And heaven waits. The Council ties our hands.
To question them is to question the Creator. Do you believe you know better?
Yes, old friend. I do. When the seals are broken, Hell will send its chosen to declare battle rights. Their leaders will be gathered in one place, and there we will sever the head of the beast. The Hellguard stands ready.
Breaking the seals will trigger the end war. The kingdom of man is not yet strong enough. Earth will be destroyed.
No, there will be no war, Azrael. We will crush the Dark Ones before it's even begun.
The pact is a sacred covenant. Even in victory, we will face the wrath of the Council.
They will arrive to find the seals intact. And it will be our word, Heaven's word, against that of the Prince of Lies. Now do you see?
The seals will be reforged. All will believe that Hell's legions invaded and were delivered to justice by our hand. For the glory of the light, will you do this?
No, Azrael. You old fool.
We broke all but one. Abaddon ordered the final seal not be harmed. He protected it himself.
Are you certain?
Without question. We dared not involve the horsemen. We never dreamed we would have to until it was too late.
Yet I am to pay the price for your betrayal.
Treason! War. You will root out all involved and make them pay, starting with this one.
No.
Fool! You deny the will of the Council?
You heard the Angel's confession. My service to the Council is ended.
We made you. We own you. You're not done until you find the Destroyer and shut him down. Balance, remember? Get up. Azrael lives until he stops being useful. After that, you will do your duty.
Oh, so we finally got that explained. But there's more to come. More twists to come in case you haven't played the game. second ring. Alright, but I'm stopping now. You're gonna be fully leveled up, even. Alright. Yeah, let's quit. And yeah, because I do have things to do. I mentioned I got the MechWarrior 5 key, so obviously I got to work on that. And hey, I can't mention that. I'm glad that I can. Normally I don't mention what games I'm reviewing, but fortunately this time it even says in there able to say you're playing it, but please hold all other impressions of any kind until the embargo. And I've certainly tried not to share any of that information. Alright. But hopefully it won't be too long before I can share it. See you next time.